Candace Owens goes into hiding? What?
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up? You ever wake up and feel like you accidentally had your whole life put into a whole other timeline, but then you really do really wake up and then you realize this is real. That's what we're dealing with right now. Because according to recent claims, political commentator Candace Owens, she says that her show is now going dark. I'm not kidding. I want you guys to see this, okay? Because this is absolutely insane. She has gone and said, I am going dark for the week, all right? So our show will be off this week. As an update, both the White House and our counterterrorism agencies have confirmed a receipt of what I reported publicly. Emmanuel Macron attempted to organize the taking me out, okay, per source close to the first couple. Also, I will again state that the French legionnaires were involved in Charlie Kirk's taking out as well, but they did not act alone, all right? For all of you who have doubted my claims, you can now look to the President of the United States and our intelligence communities to issue a statement to confirm whether I am telling the truth. So she said, I'm just leaving it out there for everybody else. I'm leaving it out for all y'all, okay? Whether you believe me or not, which is absolutely insane, okay? But again, she is claiming that, yeah, Macron wants to give her a permanent nappy poo. That's right. That he wants her out, all right? And that Brigitte and him hired a professional squad, like you just saw, to take her out. So apparently, this hit job, just as a reminder, came with a down payment of $1.5 million. So I guess even murder plots have budgets now, right? I mean, you know, with how the economy be economying and everything. But anyway, she claims that she got a tip from a high-ranking French government official, and that, of course, now that she has given it out to counterterrorism agencies and to the White House. Okay, they have definitely received her tip. And then she pulls her show off the freaking air, which is wild. But now I just want to know, who's actually dropping all this information? And we may never really find out if that person's true, if that person's legit or not. But let's keep it a bean, okay? When you claim these allegations involve, I don't know, secret French hitmen, Israelis, Legion-trained operatives, and a 7-figure bounty. I mean, this is not breaking news. It sounds more like a plot from a James Bond movie. You feel me? And just a reminder, there already are huge lawsuits pending, okay? Because a few months ago, Candace Owens pushed the conspiracy that Brigitte Macron was born a man baby, and that the Macrons called that an outright defamation and filed a huge lawsuit, okay? So I get it, guys, that y'all are going to be asking the same things, having your theories and the speculations running like crazy. In fact, some of y'all will be side-eyeing this with a horrid side-eye, all right? But I have this question that's still driving me crazy, and I want to know too, and I'm sure you're asking the same thing too. Is Candace Owens lying, or does she have a valid reason to start throwing all these allegations out? Now, here's just some facts, some pieces of information according to Candace, and some facts that we need to add into this whole thing, all right? So the Macrons personally begged Trump to silence her. They had said, please shut her up. Trump called her himself, trying to shut her down because of this series that she did. France already filed lawsuits against her to try to shut her up, to try to gag her. Her Becoming Brigitte series humiliated the Macrons worldwide, baby, okay? And then she just alleged, and she's still in the middle of trying to expose TPUSA's corruption, plus Charlie Kirk's ties to foreign states. And let's not forget, she has a very popular podcast. Let's not forget as well, Charlie Kirk stayed quiet to protect donors, and then he lost his life. And then, of course, Trump barely survived his own attempt last year. Let's not forget that. That also happened. Other commentators are out here now, which is very, very shocking. They're out here now saying that they believe her, that they're convinced that she was truly in danger. Okay, even Officer Tatum, Brandon Tatum, came out with a video talking about this. This is absolutely insane. He's saying he's convinced, and that this should be taken seriously. I agree, it should be taken seriously. But again, very interesting that he's now fully convinced. Take a listen.
Then, brother, the American government, I don't care how much you don't like Candace. I don't care how much you've been trashing the American government and the FBI. They got to do something. And I'm going to tell you what they will do. It doesn't matter right, wrong, or indifferent. They have to investigate this. Mm-hmm. They have to investigate this. And I think that if it is found to be true and the proof prevails, which I'm convinced, after talking to Candace and the stuff that we talked about, I'm convinced, then that means that there should be dire consequences for the French government and whoever else was involved, the Macrons or whatever, dire consequences.
Now, I agree to a certain extent, right? Let me explain. There should be zero tolerance on threats like this. Let's keep it real. Doesn't matter if you think that this is just theater, right? If this is just for clicks. I think it would be absolutely insane for Candace Owens to be putting out these claims if it's all just a fugazi, right? If this is all just fake. That would be really, really bad, okay? I'm going to keep it a bean. That'd be very bad. But at the same time, and then, of course, she would lose all of her followers, all her listeners. She would lose credibility at the drop of a hat. But there should be zero tolerance on something like this. If you have a school under lockdown because someone called in a claim that there's an assailant, you know what I mean, a violent individual on school property, you know for a fact they take that stuff very seriously. There's zero tolerance, right? You know, there's schools policies on zero tolerance on violence, etc. Those kinds of things. You get what I'm saying? So when it comes to something like this, when she makes this type of claim, whether or not she has lost her marbles or if she's telling the mother-loving truth, they should be treating it as if this is red alert on her life. Look at what happened to Charlie Kirk. We definitely need to be taking these kinds of claims and these kinds of allegations, regardless if they're real or not, very, very seriously. I truly believe that. But at the same time, he is saying that he is convinced. He convinced her, or she convinced him, that she is truly in danger. And he said there should be dire consequences for situations like this. And I'm telling you right now, if it's true, I agree 100%. But if it's just some lie and she's scared, because you got to remember, she's diving deep into Charlie Kirk's unaliving, into his tragedy. You know for a fact she's causing a lot of ruckus, all right? And she's asking a lot of questions that a lot of other people want to have answered as well. She's rustling a lot of feathers, for lack of a better term. So much that I don't blame. I would not be surprised. Her concern for her safety and her family's safety right now. She has put out some very serious claims on everybody. She like Denzel Washington in Training Day. She's like, I'm gonna put cases on everybody. And that's exactly what she's doing. She's making a lot of people mad. And she already made some other people across the pond, les enfants, okay, France. I would not be surprised if they were trying to take her out or try to do something. Maybe in the past. I don't know about right now, but maybe in the past, right? She's made a lot of people angry. I can see that. So there's a possibility of this. So no matter what, they should be taking it seriously. But here's the thing, too. She's also talked about what's been going on with Charlie Kirk, foreign entities being involved in all that. But here's the thing. Stuff like this, moments like this, where Kash Patel gets interviewed and he can't even give us a straight answer on nothing, revolving around if there is something bigger revolving around Tyler Robinson. Yeah, it makes your head scratch. Okay, or it makes you scratch your head. That's what I mean. You know what I'm saying? It makes you scratch your head, especially with answers like this. Take a look at this. I'm telling you, Is Candace Owens asking all the right questions? I'm going to keep asking you guys that question as we proceed.
Trump's leadership.
On the Charlie Kirk assassination investigation, you testified recently that more than 20 people were on the Discord chat related to the suspect, Tyler Robinson. Have you spoken to those people? Is it now a larger universe of 20 people?
Well, so with the Charlie case, it's a matter that is being led by the state authorities in Utah because it is a homicide investigation that is being prosecuted by the state. So us as the FBI are partners and part of that prosecution team. We're not the lead, and it's very much ongoing. So there is a lot of legal process being doled out, and we are committed to issuing every piece of legal process and search warrant that we can to talk to absolutely everyone and anyone who had anything to do with the assassination of my friend. And we're going to continue to do that and also honor the prosecutor's wishes in how we do that and what we release publicly.
Now, before I go into her next question, you heard that, right? So there's more involved. That's how I'm computing it. That's how I'm comprehending it, that there's more people or more situations and more entities involved. Is it foreign? Is it domestic? We don't know. But it's funny how he can't give us a straight answer. He's kind of doing like a, he's beating around the bush rather than just saying yes or no. Why not just say yes or no? That's what I find very strange as well. Just say yes or no. Are there other people involved? Could it be bigger than, than Tyler Robinson? No. Next question. You see what I'm saying? Let's continue. She got more.
Respecting that it is an ongoing investigation, is there any evidence of foreign involvement? Is there any evidence that Tyler Robinson had help?
Again, that will be spoken through by the prosecutors. If I, as the FBI director, commented on that right now in any way, shape, or form, that would hurt their case. And
okay, so in other words, he could just easily have said yes or no. But look at him, you know what I mean? Look at him do the looby-loo, okay? Okay? This is insane. He's square dancing around this question rather than just straight up saying yes, no. Next question.
The worst thing that can happen is the individual who's charged and has his day in court down the road is if we, the FBI, or another law enforcement agency improperly commented on evidence and gave the defense an unfair advantage during the trial.
Again, why can't you just answer the doggone question? You see what I'm saying? This is a very strange thing for him to say. Oh, yeah, we don't want to jeopardize the case that we're building up against Tyler Robinson, so I can't really tell you what's really going down. If there's no foreign entity involved in this situation, then there's no foreign entity involved in the situation. But here's the thing. People like Candace Owens are putting out this information, and of course, I'm sure it's aggravating a lot of people that want to keep things on the hush hush. Again, I keep asking the question, is this for real? Do we treat this, as possible international intrigue? Do we look at this as some sort of wild marketing stunt timed around legal pressure, or the modern cocktail of both? Where is this performance art and part chaos? What is it, right? At the end of the day, like I've said before, this is a situation that needs to be taken very seriously. When somebody's life is being threatened, it needs to be serious. It needs to be looked into, and they need to do their due diligence to bring whoever is involved in, possibly, if this is true, whoever is involved, bring them to justice as soon as possible. Because again, if those people are trying to shut her up, could they be the same people that took Charlie Kirk out? Could they be the same people that hired other people to do other things out here? You see what I'm saying? It's a question that I think we all would like to have answered, and hopefully we get that answer very soon. But what say you guys? What are your thoughts on this? I gave you a bunch of clips. It's very interesting. Zero tolerance on threats like that, whether I believe it or not, okay? Zero tolerance. It is scaring her enough for her to go into hiding right now. She is straight up hiding right now. because of these threats. And honestly, I don't blame her. Whether they're fake or real, I'd be doing everything I can to protect myself and protect the ones that I love, period. Especially when you have a good friend like Charlie Kirk, that she claims is her good friend, Charlie Kirk, lose his life just a few months ago. Let's be real. Zero tolerance, y'all. Zero. But anyway, comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button down below. Crush that subscribe button. We'll be talking here soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.